In a world glowing with progress, there lies an untold story. A story of light that healed, destroyed, and forever changed the human race. This is not just science. This is a journey through ambition, brilliance, danger, and the radioactive truth hidden beneath history. This is Radium in the Veins, Chapter 1. The Glow in the Dark. At the end of the 19th century, science was undergoing a transformation. Electricity had begun to revolutionize daily life. Telephones connected distant voices, and photography had captured the world in frozen frames. But hidden in ordinary minerals, something even stranger waited to be discovered. In laboratories across Europe, scientists noticed that certain natural rocks seemed to emit unusual energy. They fogged photographic plates, even in sealed boxes. They released rays that passed through paper and cloth. Among these curious minds was a young woman named Marie Curie. She did not yet know that her name would be etched into history. What she did know was that something inside these minerals was producing a mysterious, constant glow, and she was determined to find out why. Marie and her husband Pierre worked tirelessly, separating the contents of heavy black rocks. Shock today's scientists. The mineral was pitchblende, and hidden within it was a substance far more radioactive than anything then known. It glowed faintly, almost unearthly, especially in darkness. After countless experiments, the Curie couple succeeded in isolating a new element. Marie named it radium, from the Latin radius, meaning ray. And with that, the world entered a new age, an age lit not by fire or electricity, but by the natural glow of radioactivity. For scientists everywhere, radium represented a new frontier, something invisible, yet powerful, something that seemed alive, constantly giving off energy without being consumed. It was not magic, but it felt like it. Radium sparked a sense of wonder that quickly spread far beyond the scientific community. Chapter 2. The Age of Radiant Hope. When news of radium's discovery reached the world, it ignited a wave of optimism. People were fascinated by its mysterious glow, and many believed it could become a gift to humanity. Doctors imagined a future where diseases could be cured with rays of invisible energy. Inventors talked about machines powered by radiation. Even ordinary citizens dreamed of products that would bring vitality and strength into daily life. Radium's glow became a symbol of progress. In hospitals, doctors experimented with using radium to treat certain illnesses. Some early results seemed promising. Tumors shrank when exposed to controlled radiation, and painful conditions sometimes improved. These medical successes grew into bold claims that radium might cure everything from headaches to aging itself. Newspapers celebrated this discovery as if it were a miracle. Scientists at the time did not fully understand the long-term effects of radiation. They believed that if small amounts helped, then perhaps more could help even more. Companies quickly recognized the public fascination, and soon, radium was marketed as a wonder ingredient. The world had not yet learned the difference between fascination and caution. And so began an era of glowing dreams. Chapter 3: Bottled Light. As the popularity of radium grew, industries found clever ways to include it in consumer products. Toothpaste that claimed to make teeth brighter. Skin creams advertised to give a radiant glow. Water tonics that promised strength, recovery, and youthful energy. Radium was added to chocolates, soap, health drinks, and even exercise equipment. The marketing was powerful. If something glowed in the dark, people believed it must be full of life. Manufacturers also used radium to create luminous paint. This allowed clocks, watches, and instruments to glow at night without electricity. It became especially popular for military tools, ship equipment, and aviation dials. The ability to read a watch in the dark seemed like a small miracle. Entire industries formed around this new, glowing paint, and factories across America and Europe hired workers to produce it. Heat purity, not realizing that the shine carried invisible effects. In a world excited by progress, few questioned the long-term impact. Radium had become a symbol of modern innovation, a bottled form of light sold to the public with confidence and hope. Chapter 4: The Invisible Poison. The nature of radiation is complex. It is silent, invisible, and has no smell. At first, people exposed to small amounts felt nothing. This made it difficult to recognize potential dangers. Scientists themselves handled radium casually, unaware of how deeply radiation could affect living tissues. Doctors carried radium samples in their pockets. Researchers held glowing materials with bare hands. Workers painted luminous numbers on watch dials every day. None of them could feel what was happening inside their bodies. Over time, scientists began noticing unusual effects. Metal objects near radium samples became brittle. Photographic plates fogged from a distance. The air around radium seemed to change. These signs hinted at a deeper force, one that interacted with matter at a fundamental level. Radium, although early researchers observed hints of danger, they lacked the full understanding needed to connect the dots. Like electricity before it, radiation was a powerful tool that required careful respect. But at the time, excitement overshadowed caution. The public believed radium was a miracle substance, while scientists were still learning its true nature. The glow that symbolized life and progress carried a hidden cost that few could yet recognize. Chapter 5: The Factories of Light. As the demand for glowing products grew, factories employed young workers to paint watch dials with radium paint. These workers were valued for their steady hands and careful attention to detail. They sat in bright rooms, surrounded by tiny pots of luminous paint that glowed beautifully in the dim areas of the factory. Supervisors encouraged the workers to use a technique known as lip pointing, placing the paintbrush between their lips to create a sharp tip for more precise work. The workers believed this was safe. Many even enjoyed the glow, sometimes painting small designs on their nails or clothing, just to see them shine in the dark. The factories appeared to offer stable income and a clean, modern environment. No one suspected that constant exposure to radium paint could have consequences. There was no warning.